Happy Easter holidays. I hope you're fine. I hope you're well. I do have a session today in terms of the diversity of communication because I have a good friend, a very powerful woman, a lady I know through business, and then we stayed in touch, and then she joined my networking and communication gym, and she told me about her experiences at her new workplace, and they were so positive that I was like, okay, do you mind sharing about the positive onboarding process, the positive experiences you have made? Because I think sometimes we don't even talk about that too much and too often, that employers do a good job in making other people feel welcome and happy. So let's add my dear friend Bhavya. So, Bhavya, the invite is sent. Please accept and join me on this virtual stage. Let's see. Fantastic. Oh, look at you. I like the flowers. It matches the color of the jacket.
Thank you so much. Good morning, and I hope you're having a good holiday. Good
Yeah,
Friday.
honestly, I just got up because I moved to this new office and
Mm-hmm.
I had a very nice drink, a bottle of champagne with my neighbor last night. It was super
Oh,
fun. Yes.
happy to know. Yeah,
Okay. So, Bhavya, thank you for going live and also thank you for being brave as your LinkedIn handle is also Mrs. Courageous. So,
thank you so
is
much. I got that is inspiration from you.
okay. I take that as a compliment. You're so sweet. Um, yeah, maybe long story short, do you like to tell us so you live where and you joined a new company and tell us how the whole process of joining made you feel like what happened?
Um, Hello everyone for all the viewers. Right now, I live in Germany, Berlin, and district called Charlottenburg. And few months ago, I switched my employer. And beginning of January, I work in a company called Agora Energy Vendor. And during the interview process, what happened was there was one question came up. Then HR was asking, Pavya, is there anything else we need to know which is not on your resume? So I took that as an opportunity, and I was thinking twice before saying it, but I said it like, okay, look, I have a health condition which will never prohibit me to work hard. Of course, I'm always working, but it's just like an information I would like to share. This is my health condition, and it would be great if I get any kind of support. And I was a little hesitant when I was saying, because it's an interview and you're saying about yourself. And after that, they were really welcoming. They heard. Of course, they did not comment anything. They said, okay, Bhavya, we will get back to you. That was the last round of interview. And then after 1 week, I got a email saying that, okay, we would like to call you for a personal interview, the physical one, with the managing director. And he was pretty impressed because I was being honest and I shared what it was. And their only question was how they could help me. Of course, I explained a little bit about what is my health condition. It's the uh, congenital myasthenic gravis with a muscles weakness, severe muscle weakness. So, limitation of movement. This is what I explained. And they were so considerate that they were also thinking of course, I got the job after all these questions and interviews. And
Congratulations one more time. We sort of celebrated, but yeah, well done you.
thank, thank you. And during this onboarding process, like I signed the contract and I know that in January I'm gonna join. But in between, I was coordinating with a colleague already, and she was asking me, she was telling me that, our main door was really hard. I know you have problem accessing it on a daily basis. We are working on changing it. Oh my God, it came as a surprise for me.
Yeah,
And then when I joined, I saw that they're really doing it. I mean, they contacted the landlord of the building, and the person came and they checked, is there anything they can insert a automatic button so the door can open? Because otherwise, in Germany, usually the doors are really hard. You have to push or pull with a lot of energy.
that's
This process,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it needs someone to tell us what the German culture is like. It's someone from, coming from outside and
yeah.
sees it with fresh, new eyes, because we're so accustomed to what's the normal.
Yes, I don't understand why all the doors are really hard here, but of course, I don't need to go to any detail, but still, it's super. Sometimes, oh my God, I cannot really. I felt that even in my apartment as well, the main door was really hard. Sometimes it's so difficult to get inside, but somehow, even my landlord is a German person. He is very understanding and then made the lock a little bit easy for me. So I'm
That's
kind of blessed. Wherever I go, people understand and make easy. Yeah, and coming back to my work situation, so they were working on changing the door to make it barrier free. Uh, of course, unfortunately, it wasn't successful, but I heard lately that um, because of this, before I joined Agora, I was looking at the job description when I was applying. I did not see the line that we are not barrier free and we are working on it, but now there is.
Oh,
If you have
wow.
any, yes. Um, Lately, of course, we have a lot of openings and we need people. So I saw the job description where one more line is added. So we are working on making it barrier free for the people who have challenges to move.
That is so lovely. That is so
Yes.
nice. And I remember the phase when, you were in my communication gym and we were speaking and training also how to quit a job. Remember when we were practicing this, how to have this conversation? And you were just so like you were so kind and you never said anything negative about your employer, but from the way you spoke with this, I would call it positivity, I could tell that you were really hurt. And then coming from this hurt place, meeting a company and they treat you so well with so much appreciation and valuing you in such a pleasant way, it made me feel so happy to see how you started to shine again. You just became a happy Bavia.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words. Yes, um, surprisingly, my boss, the managing director of this company, I was sharing. I mean, he's really such a nice person, and oh my God, I admire him a lot. He's a very inspiring person. I was talking to him, and he knows that where I was working and with whom, what kind of background I was working, the previous one. Just with my explanation, he understood the idea behind it. Like, Bhavya, I don't understand. How can you put those positive words in your line when you're explaining about your previous employer? I said, I don't see any point where I can make my employer down, At least I worked there for 1 year. I'm grateful for that. And yeah, this is always an experience. So he's impressed that I somehow find some good thing to say about my previous employer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, and this is like a new relationship, just business wise. And when you start a new relationship, you don't start the new relationship by bashing the old relationship. That's when people do that, you're like, ooh, maybe not the
Yeah,
best,
true.
maybe not the best, because
Yes.
then when we might not happen long term, then would you do that again with me? That, you go behind my back? Those are the questions
Yeah,
people
true,
ask when they
true.
see other people talking negatively about their work situation before, or
Yep.
people in general. Um, so can I just um, point out that in the hiring process of starting a new job, it's so important to make everyone in the process already feel heard and feel comfortable that they can speak openly and honestly about who they are, instead of trying to oversell and yeah, be
Yeah.
hiding the maybe negative
Uh,
aspects that can conflict the workspace.
uh, yeah, I get your point. What I would like to say here is, in the interview, what I did, I just let myself be. So I did not really mention all the parts which I don't want. It is not necessary for the employers to know. And what is necessary for them to know is, maybe, let's say, I cannot walk, or I cannot really open the door, or sometimes I cannot lift the full bottle of water. So when I ask their help, okay, hey, can you help me? So instead of judging me, hey, can't you lift a just glass of water? If they help me, that itself is a great thing. So these kind of small things, and also it could be IT equipment, when it comes to office, and the chair where I sit, the table where I work, it should be flexible. So all these things are office related. If I have problem with that, I highlighted that, because this is what employer should know when it comes to my health issue. The other part, it is okay. And it's been 3 months, more than 3 months now. I could
Mhm.
already see that they're so welcoming and they're so considerate, especially my boss. Oh God, I so admire him. And whenever I say that I have a doctor's appointment, I'm going, he's so flexible. And he also told me that for the first time in my life, I'm telling everyone, I got the work from home opportunity. In my 10 years of work life, I never worked from home till date.
Yeah,
And
even
he
not
told,
during Corona.
even during Corona, oh my God, I was traveling like crazy to my previous company.
You
And
were.
this job made me feel like I don't need to really push myself and get up in a really cold environment and then go out. Rather, I can get up whenever I want. And he made it very clear that as long as you're working, I don't care when do you work, when do you start. You start whenever you're comfortable. And if you really cannot make it to office, it's okay, work from home. Oh,
And he
this,
was like that from the beginning. So there was no, you
yeah.
have to um, improve yourself, or, first I see how you work and then maybe.
No, no, he was always, this is since beginning. It is since beginning. And I was the one who chose to go to office, because I told him that, okay, work from home option. It's good to know I have that option, but I'm always comfortable going to office, because that is how I've trained myself. It is okay. So sometimes I go, sometimes I don't, but
Mhm.
that's like a plus point for me. So it's very understanding. And working timings as well. I can only say that quickly, okay, no, now I cannot work, but I will work late after 1 hour, after 2 hours. So luckily there is no monitoring, classical monitoring happening. Okay, when do you log in, when do you log out? All those things is not happening. Everybody is pretty flexible, and not all of the employees know in the company about my situation, because
Mhm.
of course they kept it confidential. My boss and HR, of course, they know. Uh, but yeah, if any of my employees are watching, or anyone knows this live, they will know now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You okay with that, right? I
Yes,
mean,
yes, yes. Of course, of course. As long
okay.
as, like I mentioned clearly before, I learned to say what is required to be said to people.
That is a very smart and intelligent, like really intelligent skill. And I actually noted, I have written it down just also for me as a learning from you, to say what's necessary for the other person to know. That's a super important management skill, leadership skill when it comes to sharing information, not to overshare, not to undershare. This is
Yeah.
actually. Um, this is this is something we have to learn, what is too much and what's not too
Yeah.
much. It's a
I
fine line.
learned this exactly. I learned this over a period of time, and I know about myself that I was telling or I was giving out a lot of information to people, and as and when I see what are the consequences because of that, I learned that okay, this is not necessary for others to know. Only this
Very,
much is necessary. So
very true.
now it's okay if somebody knows that I have some health issue, some physical problem, or some limited mobility problem. It is okay, but that is everybody knows if they look at me or if they be with me for one day, they will anyways know. So it's not a big deal. So they don't need to know too much.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I got to know you, you are always open to ask all the questions if someone comes and says, hey, how is that for you? How can I help you? As you also mentioned that everyone asks who knows, how can we make your job situation better? So this is such a fantastic story, but true story of a happy onboarding. Do you like to share with us how the first couple of days in the office were for you? Like, what did they provide? How did they onboard you in terms of um, structures? Because you said that it was a lot of work in the beginning, but you liked it. You were happy about it. So,
Uh, in my company, how it works when it comes to working from office is every day you have to book your desk. It's like a floating thing. Of course, it's the same office, but you sit in different places every day, just to give other employee an opportunity. And also, since work from home is an option, some of them choose to work. If somebody is not going to office, so that desk will be it's a floating thing. And the good thing about my onboarding is was on the day one, my desk was fixed and it is my desk. So my boss and I think HR also kind of mentioned that, okay, Bhavya, we know that it is difficult for you to move around every time. So you just
mhm.
come and this is your desk. That is the best thing happened to me. So I don't have to really think or move around here and there. And everything was so good. Um, well, I cannot remember anything in specific because everything was so amazing. And most of the onboarding for different departments happened online because of the corona. People were not there. And
Mhm.
even initial days of Jan and Feb, I could see really less people in the office. So everything was amazing. And yeah, my colleague was also one of my colleague who were working very close with me. She was very nice. She was helping me. We used to go for lunch, helping with the door and other stuff. So initial days were always amazing. And my boss gave me time to get along with the people, get along with the process. Like there was no pressure or there was no rush in learning or understanding the company structure. Yeah, it's been 3 months. Sometimes, even now, I feel like I'm still new and I'm learning.
Yeah. I mean, of course, every day is a learning day. That's the growth mindset and the also the beginner's mind.
Yes. Uh, the only one thing what keeps me motivated and keeps me going with this job is, first of all, my boss is an amazing person and he understands and he gives time for me. Whenever he knows that I look pressurized or I look overworked, it's like, okay, please take a break. You can take it slow. It's very hard to find such kind of boss. Trust me, I've heard a lot of stories from different people. Being a good boss is always a good thing. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is what employees need. So if any one of you or employer who are watching this video, please try to be good to your employees so they will work nicely.
Otherwise, come to my boot camps because this is what I'm teaching, how to be a good boss. Not just
Oh,
theory, we also practice the communication of speaking like a good boss,
yes,
active
good
listening,
leader.
letting people speak,
Yep.
understanding, being available, having compassion.
Yes, yes. It really makes a difference, trust me, because when the employee or when the staffs are overwhelming with the work, if the boss or the leader is not understanding their situation, that is when it creates lots of uncomfortable situation or not happy working situation things. So when the leaders or a boss who knows how to handle these things, when you know that, oh yeah, I'm stressed, I can always rely on my boss, I can go, I talk to him, he will understand. That's the best part of the work.
It's very
Yes.
true. It's very true. Thank you so much
Yep.
for saying this and sharing this. And it is so beautiful to listen to people who really like their boss. It is so nice and it gives so much motivation. Um, yeah, I mean, the German culture, especially when I see older generations than us, my dad, he always likes to say, no compliment is or no complaint is compliment enough. And I was like, yeah, okay. So, but now we're in a new generation where empowerment is a thing as a leadership strategy. So not too long ago, this was also an interview I was doing with with a researcher from the University of Stockholm, and she holds a PhD in sociology, and she said that yeah, her studies is about empowerment and how empowerment also works in remote teams, and that this is actually the most efficient way to keep a company growing.
Very true. Trust me, it's very true because as you already know about my previous employer, I've told you many stories.
Yeah.
Uh, Coming from that background, that experience, and automatically it is shift to another experience. So in if I say in last 6 months, I have experienced both the old mindset, old generation mindset, and the new generation mindset because my current company is very, very international. The the moment you go international, the way you think, the way you talk, it's completely different. And it this was overwhelming for me because my mind was toggling between the previous experience and the new experience. I mean, now I know that okay, this is my place, but in the initial stages, my mind was still thinking the old secretary job how I was doing before and how it was handled differently. Yes.
So, dear Bhavya, to come to an end, what would be your last words to share to a young leader who maybe has to onboard their first employees? What is important for them to know from your positive experience that they can maybe take this as an example?
Uh, for the young leaders first, learn to listen and then understand. I mean, when people are talking about their personal problems, especially the health issue, trust them because they will not lie. Trust them and then give a chance. Then ask them how you can help. That itself is enough. So this will already give the candidate who has any health issues already feel motivated to go to that employer. Try to be open-minded because sometimes this because we all are human beings and you never know how health issues will brought you down. So try to be open-minded, try to listen, and then be empathetic enough to motivate your staffs or the new joiners. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe yeah, the barrier free, try to think of course you it need not be 100% barrier free, but at least maybe it's a good point that you have to mention that in the job description. So
Mm-hmm.
people know that, okay, it's a barrier free. I don't have to think too much.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Um, so those were all communication advice, like mindset, attitude advice on how to behave like a leader,
Yeah.
like a great leader.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of like structures, do you have any advice there? Did you, have like an onboarding package or an agenda or something like that as well? Something practical?
No, I cannot think of anything right now because if I would say most, I mean, they can make the onboarding easy for people with physical problem, like making it, online. All the onboarding can be online, and also there are all the many IT equipments, or few of the IT equipment could be heavy. You can always
Mhm.
replace them with a light one. Like for example, my keyboard is super soft and it's light. I can handle it. If it is heavy, I couldn't. So likewise. And I was also asked that, do I have any preference about the monitor? Do I need the big one or small one? And the headset also. So it should be the light headset or the heavy one. So if they think of all these things, this itself will make a lot of difference.
Wow.
And
Wow.
even when I go to kitchen, it's like the coffee cup. Yeah, now I can hold it, but sometimes it's a ceramic cup. It will be heavy with the coffee inside or the water inside. You can always replace that with a Tupperware cup or the light cups. You know what I mean? So all these
Interesting.
questions were asked even to me, how they could do it. So during the interview, when I made the physical interview, they gave me the small cups, so the big one I couldn't hold it. I only asked. So they also have a small cups so that I can use them. So these sound so tiny, so small, but it really makes a difference. People like me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, yes, these
Thank
things.
you.
And they also mentioned, I mean, this discussion also happened that not only the main door is heavy, but also door for the women's toilet is really hard, and it's a spring one, you know. If you push it, you have to quickly go inside, otherwise it will close by immediate. It will
Those
close
those
immediately.
those bar swings.
It's like, I don't know, it's different. So that's why I use the one with the light door. So they're thinking of even replacing those doors. Yeah,
So tell your boss thank you for treating you well. High five
I
on that.
will.
I'm very
I will.
happy to see that you, after 3 months, that you still smile, because after 3 months, you sort of know if it's a genuine company or if it's more.
I work for an NGO. It's an NGO. Yeah, so I'm really happy there. Of course, everybody is so happy, and I felt that when the company is quite international, when you meet people from different country and different continent, it always makes a difference.
It's very fun to meet
Yeah.
new people. The networking aspect is amazing. Working with great people is such a big plus. It's so
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Okay,
And yeah, it's good.
Fabian, I'm happy when you're happy. Maybe I see you. No, we have a podcast
Yes.
recording next week, and hopefully also to see you back in the gym soon.
Yes.
We miss
Yes.
you when you're not there.
I will definitely come. It's just with the work, I started loving my job so much in such a way that sometimes I hear my husband saying that I work too much. Like
Ah,
I come
yeah.
home only around 7:30 in the night, so it will already be late. But I try not to do that and then concentrate on doing some other stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
it's the beginning. You sort yourself into this into your new habits, into your new healthy habits. Very important.
Yes.
And I wish you great Easter holiday. It was so nice to see you, to speak with you. You shared so many valuable aspects. I will post them in in the
LinkedIn.
captions.
Do you also record this live so that we
Yeah,
can watch
it
it
will
again?
be, yeah, it will be on my Instagram, and
Yeah, yes,
you can
because
download it.
I can download it. Yeah, few of my network don't use the Insta, so that for them it will be helpful to see
Yeah,
in different platform. Yes.
you can definitely download it and put it also on YouTube if you like, because you have a
Yes.
lovely YouTube channel. That's absolutely possible. And then you
Yep.
can cut out bits and pieces of what you said and use it wherever you want to post it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Then I'll do that. Then let's
Cool.
meet in podcast. Yeah.
Yes, so for my podcast Business Deep Talk, and then we're gonna do basically the same interview in German. And big shout out to you that you say, yeah, of course I do it. Yeah, let's why not? Why not? Yeah, yeah, I'm in. I was like,
Whoever will listen the podcast next week. So please excuse me for my wrong German, but still I try, and I really need to try this one. I told myself it doesn't matter even if I make mistake because the information is important. As long as they understand what I mean, it's fine.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I love your mindset. Thank you so much for sharing. You're such an inspiration. You're such a kind-hearted person. And hi to your husband. Enjoy your Easter holidays. And I
You
cannot
too.
wait for our podcast recording and to talk soon in the gym or see you in Berlin. And it's amazing. Take care, okay? Stay healthy.
You too. Thank you so much for this one and happy Easters. We see each other soon. Yeah.
Bye, Bavia.
See you.